everyone, welcome to Amanda's Booktopia. If you are new here, welcome, and if not, welcome back. And today, I am showing you all the books that I have picked up in the month of November, and some of which you've already seen in my end of year book tag video, but I got them in November, so I'm including it in this video as well. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the books. The first one, which you have seen before, if you've watched my end of year book tag, Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. There is a whole situation about me getting this particular book. So, I pre-ordered this back in June because Black Sprayed Edges, can't get enough. And the end pages is this stunning map. If I could just open this up a little bit more and you can see. Stunning. On both sides, by the way, the end pages. And so what happened was, I was supposed to get this November 8th, right? November 8th comes. I don't get the book. I go into my Amazon account. Turns out, there was a big delay because they ran out of these. And is what they technically said, is that they didn't have enough to ship out. But I pre-ordered this. So I'm like, what the heck? So they're like, you will get an email when the available date for shipment is. So I wait, and I wait, and I wait. 2 weeks pass before I finally get the book. 2 weeks! And I was supposed to get November 8th. I was so annoyed by that. Because I pre-ordered this, like way back in June, like around the time where my birthday was. And as soon as I saw this copy, I knew if I didn't pre-order this, I would not have gotten this edition. Because I desperately wanted the Black Sprayed Edges so I could match it up with my edition of Fourth Wing. Because Fourth Wing has the Black Sprayed Edges and the dragon stenciled on. So I wanted this to match. And that's why I pre-ordered this. And it drove me nuts. I did not get it on the day I was supposed to get it. So I ended up listening to the audiobook with Ray. Audiobook was good, don't get me wrong, but with the audiobook sometimes I miss details. So I'm glad I finally got my physical copy because I plan on rereading this very soon. Might do a special video on that, so stay tuned for it. But I desperately wanted to physically read this, even though it's thick as all hell. It's a long book, physically. And the writing is kind of small. It's a little bit small. However, let's see how many pages this actually is. 623 pages. And it does not include the acknowledgments. So, yeah, it's a thick one. But I love reading physical books because I can read them super fast. I mean, I finished the Court of Thorns and Roses series in 2 weeks. Actually, maybe, I think it was just a week. Yeah, because I owned the first two, then my friend Dana, she let me borrow the rest of that series from her, and I finished it in like a week. Even though there's like 4 books, one of which is a novella, and the other 3 are long. So, if I could read those in a week, I'm sure I could read this in no time, physically. So, I cannot wait to do a reread on this and watch out for that video because I want to do like a vlog of me physically reading instead of doing an audio like I did before. Even though I have to admit the audio was pretty good. The narrator, she's spectacular. Like she can really narrate a story. So I'm excited to get into this physical. And then another book I got in the month of November. A Curse for True Love by Stephanie Garber. You probably also saw this in my end of year book tag. If you have not, you should go check it out. This is the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition because the other 2 I have in the series is the first 2. They're all Barnes & Noble exclusive editions, and I wanted the 3rd book to be the same. So I like to keep them pretty much the same for the most part. And I adore this cover, and because I found this underneath the dust jacket, which is foil all over the hardcover that says The Ballad of the Archer and the Fox. And I love that. This is absolutely stunning. So I am very much excited to finish this series. I'm also very wary about finishing the series at the same time, because I just watched Jess from Honest Fiction. She said this was her most disappointing of the year, and I'm like, oh no. So I've heard some pretty mixed reviews, and I'm worried about this not living up to the rest of the series. But I still want to finish it, and because it's a great series of the ones that I did read, and this is the last one, and so I gotta finish the series sometime. I'm just worried that it's not gonna like be as good as the first two. But I plan on reading this in December, so hopefully I will enjoy it. I'm hoping, because I have had some not so good luck in a couple of the books I read in November. Now, my November wrap up will be a different video. And then another book I picked up in the month of November, which you also would have seen in my end of year book tag video, is a Barnes & Noble edition of Swordcatcher by Cassandra Clare. I am absolutely in love with Cassandra Clare's writing. I have read The Mortal Instruments. I have read The Infernal Devices. I have read the first two of The Dark Artifices. The last book I started but have not yet finished. So I might do a video possibly of finishing books that I started. So if you're interested in that, let me know in the comments, because I'm thinking of doing that. Because I have like at least 3, if not 4 of those. But I love Cassandra Clare. I have her Last Hours series as well, which I also need to read still. And the Red Scrolls of Magic books, I have not read those yet. However, this is Cassandra Clare's first book in adult fantasy, because normally she writes YA fantasy. So I am very much excited to read this one, because not only is this cover absolutely stunning, I absolutely love the gold. The original cover is red, which I really did like that cover, but this one is even nicer. And the end pages is stunning map. I love the map. I mean, who doesn't love maps and books, right? And so all I know is that it's separate from the Shadowhunters books. So it's completely different. It's completely adult. Her first adult fantasy. And I want to go into this mostly blind. I know a little, but not much. But I want to go into this without knowing much of anything. And hopefully, I'm really wanting this to be a 5-star read for December, because I do really want to read this in the month of December. I mean, this is a chunky book. This has, how many pages? 604 pages. So it's pretty chunky. So it's almost the same length as Iron Flame. Almost. But I've heard lots of amazing things about this one already. And so I think it would be a great book to read in December. And I got this in November, so I could read it in December. And then the next 2 is part of a series. I'm doing a special video project on this, because I have some other books in mind for this video idea that I have. But I got these 2 to include in that video. And that is The Housemaid and The Housemaid's Secret by Frida McFadden. These are so hyped, and I gave into the hype because I found them super cheap on Amazon. And then I decided, instead of buying it on Amazon, I went into Target. And Target price matches with Amazon. So I just went into Target and had them use Amazon to price match. So I didn't have to buy through Amazon. I didn't feel like one clicking on Amazon for some reason. I don't know why. But I'm so glad that I got these, because I've heard excellent things about them. I've also heard some not so good things, but mostly good. So I want to see if it lives up to the hype for me. So watch out for a special video featuring these books, because they sound really, really good. This one, The Housemaid, the first one, it says it's about this housemaid, obviously, because the title is The Housemaid. I don't know much. I just know that, like, they don't know who she really is, and they don't know what she's really capable of. So I guess we'll find out more when I read it. It's very vague. They don't really tell you a lot, but I like that because then when I read it, I will find out for myself. And I'm not planning on reading the synopsis on The Housemaid's Secret because it's the second book and I don't want to spoil myself for anything, so I am not reading the back of this one. So watch out for a video featuring these books because they just sound really, really good. And then another book I picked up in the month of November. This was on sale on Amazon. And then this is A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. Yeah, Samantha Shannon. And you're probably going to ask me, Amanda, did you read The Party of the Orange Tree first? And then I'll have to say, I've only gotten 215 pages into it. So no, I have not read The Party of the Orange Tree yet, which is technically the first book. This is the prequel to that book. This was only like $9 something on Amazon when I got it, because it was so expensive at first. Like, really expensive. And then it really dropped down in price. And even though I have not read Part of the Orange Tree all the way through yet, I decided it'd be a great idea to buy the prequel. What is wrong with me? I do not know. But it's chunky. So I guess November is a month of me buying chunky books. There is a lot of pages in this one. There is 846 pages, not including like what the different terms mean. But with the terms, their definitions and stuff, basically let's say it's over 800 pages. So it's a thick one. And so I'm going to have to read A Part of the Orange Tree in order to read this one. And I wonder what I got myself into. So, yeah, I need to read The Part of the Orange Tree. I mean, I did get 215 pages into The Part of the Orange Tree. I just decided it was too intimidating to put it down. So, forced me to read it because I need to. And I got myself into some deep water buying the prequel when I have not yet read the first. So, push me. Tell me down in the comments I have to read The Priory because I know I need to. I've been putting it off by a lot. However, that might go into that video of finishing books that I haven't, that I started but have not yet finished. So that might fall into that video when I do get to that. So push me, tell me, Amanda, go read Part of the Orange Tree. Because I need to, and that way I can finally read the prequel. And it's a big one. I don't know why I told myself I should get this. I really don't know why. But I did. And now I'm in hot water. Yes, I know I should get to it. But I am excited for this next book I'm going to show you because I absolutely loved the first one. It was one of my favorites of the year. And I need to get to this book because, like, the first book is absolutely incredible. Highly, highly recommend. Which is One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. That's the one that I've read. This is the second one that came out in November. Two Twisted Crowns by Rachel Gillig. So this is a follow-up to One Dark Window. And we're going on this journey with Elspeth and Raven. And she has this monster in her head. And the monster has been telling her... the monster is called the Nightmare. And so in the first book, we find out how it even got in her head and what it's doing to her. And so now they're on this journey to get all these magic cards because the magic system in this series is absolutely amazing. They have this deck of cards. All you have to do is tap on the card 3 times to use the magic. And it's absolutely fascinating. So I cannot wait to dive into the sequel. I don't know if I'll make this into my December TBR. I'd like to, but knowing me, I probably won't get to it till like New Year, even though I desperately want to read it. So, well, I'm hoping to bring back my TBR cards in January and go back to those, and maybe that will help me pick this up because I need to. So keep an eye out for that as well. And then put it right over there. This next book was gifted to me by the wonderful Miss Dana. I absolutely love her to death. She is awesome. She gifted me The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I have read some of her books previously in past years. I have read Long Shot by her and really enjoyed that. And I've also read her Grip series, which has Flow, Grip, and Still. I'm not sure if it's in that order. I can't remember. But I read all those books by her like years past and absolutely loved them. So this one is a mafia book. And this is the first of the series. The second one is The Rebel King is the second. And then Queen Move is the third one. So I definitely want to check out this book because I've heard amazing things. And I know Kaylani from Kaylani Simply Me, this is her favorite author of all time, pretty much. And she even got to meet her, which I think is awesome. So I definitely want to check out this book. And I love mafia romance. It's probably one of my favorite romance genres if I'm going to read a romance. Besides fantasy, I love fantasy romance and mafia romance, and maybe some dark romance as well. I'm really into the dark stuff, so most of my romances that I read are in that genre area. So I'm very much excited to get to this book. So thank you so much, Dana, for being so kind and gifting this to me. I cannot wait to read it. And then next book I received, or I picked up for myself, I should say, it's Hurricane Wars by Thea Guanzon. I think that's how you pronounce it. I also show this in my end of year TBR video. I'm hoping to get to this in December because Bree from Four Paws of the Book, I've been her Patreon. We're our Patreon, this is our like Patreon buddy read. So I am really hoping to get to this as soon as possible because it sounds really, really good. It's a fantasy romance in Southeast Asia, and it's perfect for fans of Sarah J. Maas and R.F. Kuang. I have not read R.F. Kuang, however, I have read Sarah J. Maas. I love her books for the most part. And this map on the inside is absolutely stunning. So I was very excited to get this copy because of that map itself. And this cover, absolutely stunning. I absolutely love the purple and the yellow on it. And I do need to get the sticker off. I will work on that. But I am so excited to read this with Bree's Patreon. I'm sure it's going to be a great time. And I believe this is a debut from this author. So I am very much excited to give this one a go. I'm really hoping I'm going to love it. I hope it's going to be a 5-star because I'm really in the fantasy mood this month coming up in December. So I cannot wait to get to this. And then I did get my book of the month box. However, I've already opened it. The reason being because I had to get one more box in order to get my BFF status. And once I got to my BFF status, you get a special tote bag. And then you also get other really cool things along with it. I get an extra credit for my birthday. I also get to pick one of the books from Book of the Month. They have like this little category of books where you can pick one of the finalists and then for free. So I'm like, cool. So in order to get that box, I had to pick a book to ship. And I wasn't crazy into the choices, but there was one that was kind of interesting. So I got it just so I could get the BFF status because I desperately wanted to get to that status. So I did get the tote bag, and this is what the tote bag kind of looks like. It's a little bit dirty because it kind of fell on the floor a few times. So I gotta clean that up a little bit. But it has like a front pocket here, which is really cool. And then in the back it says Book of the Month. And I really like this tote bag. It is really nice, even though I got it a little bit dirty. My bad. But I definitely am very excited. I finally got BFF status. And let's see. Oh yeah, and here's my book of the month books that I picked up. Which also, if you go back to You Pick What I Read book of the month edition, you'll also see these books in that video as well because I included them. So please go vote. I will put the link down below in the description so you guys can go and vote for which one of these I read in December, because I need more votes. Right now it's a tie between two. I need someone to break that tie. So if you can, that would be great. I will link it down below so you can go right to it. And this was in that video, which is The Last Love Note by Emma Gray. All I know is contemporary fiction. I do like some contemporary. And it's basically about grief and being a parent with after losing your husband. So it's definitely a tough road for this woman. And even though there were some other books, but this one was sounded a little bit more interesting than the others, in my opinion. Even though I didn't really necessarily need to get it, I could have paused my subscription and waited till the following month. However, I really wanted BFF status, and I didn't want to wait for that. So, even still, I'm sure this will be interesting. Hopefully I will get to it. If not, I'll probably end up giving it away in an unhaul. I really do want to try it at least and see what I think before I decide to unhaul it. I mean, it's not like something I have to read, but I am somewhat interested, so we will see how it goes. And that's what I use my credit on. And then I got 2 add-ons because I've been waiting to get these for a while, and I'm very much excited to try these out. And that's Spells for Forgetting by Adrienne Young. I believe this is like paranormal fantasy-esque. It says, it's a deeply atmospheric story about ancestral magic and unsolved murder and a second chance at true love. And it sounds right up my alley because there's some romance in there, fancy paranormal stuff, and I've heard excellent things about this book. So I'm very much excited to give this one a go. It sounds so interesting. And then my other add-on that I chose to pick up was Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmis. I have heard amazing things about this one, plus the fact that it's coming to Apple TV. Not that I have Apple TV, but I want to read it and then get the free trial just so I could watch it. Because this sounds really good. It's about this woman named Elizabeth who's a chemist. This takes place in the 1960s. It's about a woman, she's basically in like the STEM universe with she's like the only woman among all these guys, and then she becomes like a host of this cooking show, and she's trying to dare women to change the status quo and try and show men that women can do pretty much anything they set their mind to. So I am very much excited to check out this book. I've heard excellent reviews on this one, and with it being coming to Apple TV, I definitely want to check it out because I want to watch it also. So my goal is to read it and then watch it, and maybe I'll do like some type of adaptation video on it. So if you'd like to see that, definitely let me know. And then the next 3 are part of a video project that I decided I wanted to do. The previous month I got here. Let me show you. So last month, in October, I picked up this graphic novel, Les Miserables, because it was part of this idea that I wanted to do. And so I picked up some more in the month of November to try and do this video of reading graphic novels. And normally I don't read graphic novels, but I wanted to try this idea out and see what I think, because normally I don't read graphic novels. So I want to do something a little bit out of the ordinary, do something that I don't normally do, maybe do something kind of fun and see how it goes. So I got some more graphic novels here. So I picked up Spy School by Stuart Gibbs. And the artwork is kind of interesting in here. It's very mostly dull colors, from what I could tell. But I do love stuff with spies, and this is a graphic novel about spies. So I thought, you know, I should try it, and I'll include it in that video. So it definitely sounds like a good time. And then another graphic novel that I grabbed was the Sweet Valley Twins. And I did really enjoy reading when I was younger. I read some of the Sweet Valley Twins normal books and also really liked that. So I thought this would be kind of fun to try. So I thought this would, you know, some of the artwork in here is kind of nice. I mean, it's not bright colors. I mean, but it still looks like fun, so I figured I'd give this a shot for that video. I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm hoping I will enjoy it because I really liked the Sweet Valley High books when I was younger. So I'm very much excited to check out this graphic novel. And then the last graphic novel that I picked up was Sheets. And I heard lots of amazing things about this graphic novel. And I think some of my friends have read it. So I thought I would give it a shot. I kind of like these little flaps on the inside because it just goes like that, which I think is pretty neat. And I've heard some really cute things about this one. I immediately got it because it made me think of Halloween a little bit because of the ghosts on the cover. Even though it's past October now, I still think it could be a cute, fun time. So I'm going to include that in that graphic novel video when I finally do it. So I think it'll be a fun time. And if you have any other graphic novel recommendations you think I would like, please let me know that down in the comments, because I might try and get a couple more to fit into that video I like to do of graphic novels. So if you have some recommendations, feel free to let me know. And this is officially the last book I picked up for November, so it's not nearly as big as October was, which is a good thing. I need to slow down my book buying. However, there is some books coming out that I really want to get. For example, I am definitely going to be getting One Last Rainy Day by Kate Stewart, because she wrote the Ravenhood trilogy, and this one's in Dominic's perspective, and I'm buddy reading with, I think Nikki already read it. Yeah, because she read it a second time and just annotated it. So I'm not sure if Dana's reading it. If you are, Dana, let me know, because I definitely want to get it, and I want to read it in December, because it's the perfect time for a romance. Well, it's not exactly a romance, but it kind of is. It's a tearjerker, so like I'm making sure there's lots of tissues by me for that. And then I also really want to get Inheritance by Nora Roberts. It's the first of her new trilogy. What I would like to do is buy it and from her actual bookstore website, because then I could get it personalized. If I bought it any other way, I can't get it personalized, but on her website you can. So I'm spending my money on getting that. Absolutely. There is no way I'm passing up a Nora Roberts book. No way. And I don't know if there's any other books I wanted to buy in the next coming month. I do need to cut down a little bit, so I'll probably try and not buy nearly as much. However, coming up in the new year, there will be no stopping me. I probably need to mostly focus on reading the books I actually have on my shelves. So I have a ton of books here that I have not read. So maybe I should focus more on actually reading what I have besides just buying books. It's an addiction, I swear. I can't help it. It's books. I'm a book collector. So I hope you enjoyed this book haul video that I did for all you guys. Have you read any of these? What are your thoughts on them? Please let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to watch more bookish content, make sure you smash that subscribe button down below. Give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and I will see you all next time.